There are three major reasons why Jesus came to the earth. Number one was to become a correction, a marking script, a correction to our understanding about God. Because until Jesus came, we had to use the lens of prophets and priests to learn God. And the Bible tells us clearly that we see in part. So many of them, as sincere as they were, there was a mix of their local spiritual practices. Some of them, it was a mix of divination. So they gave a picture of God that was not accurate. If you learn God only from the lens of the prophets and the priests and the Old Testament, you will find a lot of conflicting things about God. For instance, you will read statements like a lying spirit came from the Lord. That is not consistent with God's character, but it represents the limitation of those who captured God and revealed to their world. Now we commend them for how far they went, but Jesus came as a reference. He came as a marking script, that everything the prophets told us God was, we have to compare it with the person Jesus. And if it is inconsistent with the character of Jesus as revealed in his earth walk, we have a right to probe what the prophet said, regardless which one. Number two, the second reason why Jesus came, of course, was to bring reconciliation, to reconnect us back to God through his substitutionary sacrifice. And then the third reason why Jesus came was to become that pattern man, to show us the pattern. Paul calls it the hope of our calling, that through that pattern man we will rise experientially to a point where he calls sonship. It is called the hope of our calling, that when God saved us, he had a desire and a burden in his heart that will not just be believers who are saved, but that will graduate and transit till we step into the reality of sonship in experience.